Hey everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me. So the company that I previously reviewed this Bluetooth speaker for, Trettitre, and that is the TreSound 1 speaker. And I previously did a review of that, and I am going to leave a link to it in the description if you want to check out what that is, because that's a pretty cool thing there. They sent me what I was really interested in from the first time, their CD player. And it's a Bluetooth CD player that is going to connect up to that very cool Bluetooth speaker. And so I'm going to dive into this thing here and check it out. If you'll stick around for that, I'd really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel though, and you haven't already subscribed, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And certainly by subscribing is going to keep you up to date on very cool things just like this, where we're taking a look at this CD player from Trettitre. And so this one here, the Bluetooth CD player, it is the TCP8 model. If you're not familiar with the company, it's a cool company. They do a wide sort of range of design and manufacture of acoustic related gear, including, of course, the CD player, but also the Bluetooth speaker that I'm pointing out right there, record players, amplifiers, and some other stuff as well. And so this one here, as I mentioned, the TCP8, it retails for $79.99, so a pretty good deal on that. If you recall the speaker there behind me, that was a $699 speaker. Amazing sound on it, but a little bit out of some people's price range, whereas I think this right here sits nice in everyone's price range. Easily able to access that. Comes in two colors. There is a white and silver, which is the one that I've got. And we're going to see it in just a minute when I open it here, but also a black and gold model. You can head over to their website and check that out. And the design itself, at least according to the website, says that it is inspired by the volume control knob and is meant to be clean and simple and that sort. I look at it and I see a very minimalist style design and of course very elegant, and part of the reason it chose the white one is so it's going to match that Bluetooth speaker that's there. Let's go ahead and tear into this thing. I want to check this out, see if I can find a good spot on here where to do. So let's just tear into this, because I want to get this thing out. We're talking about the colors, we're talking about its elegance and all of that, but I want to look at this. One of the things I think is kind of cool is, one, it's very minimalist packaging that's here. I mean, the thing could have come in an enormous box and so forth, but it doesn't. Let's see. So this thing here pops open like that and lifts right up, and beautiful right on top. Again, I love the packaging, the way that they did that Bluetooth speaker, but they're doing it again here in this. You know, you open it and you're right into this thing. So you can see the silver top on it and the white, which again matches up with that Bluetooth speaker. But now you can actually see what they're talking about, where they're saying this is based on the volume control knob and that idea of simple and elegance and so forth. But let me just see if I can pop this thing out, because it should just all be in one piece here, which it is. And oh my God, the thing is very light. So not much to weight. The Bluetooth speaker has a lot more weight to it than I had anticipated, but this thing here, very light. We've got a series of buttons around the bottom here. I assume this is where the power source plugs in to charge it, and the open and close, and we've got a little indicator light that's there on this. There's the underside. It's got some rubber feet, I guess if you will call that, so it doesn't slide around and so forth. And I assume that is the digital readout there telling you the track listing and so forth on it. We do get a little manual with it. As always, these things are good to know exactly what is going on with it, so we want to look at that. But the only other thing in here is the charging cable, which is what I wanted to also mention in here. I'm going to give this thing a little demo here in just a second, but the function of this is meant to be simple as well. So it's both visually simple and elegant, and its function is meant to be simple and clean and so forth. And it has a lithium battery in it. Takes 3 hours to charge it according to the website. The Bluetooth range is said to be 8 to 10 meters, which translates into 26 to 30 feet. Unfortunately, though, there is no remote with this, so You are going to have to get up and press the buttons, but I guess since the thing has Bluetooth, you can sit this thing with you right wherever you are. It's almost like your remote in and of itself on here. But that would be the only other thing, is I would like a little remote with it, but maybe in some future editions they will include that, or maybe they will come up with an app that we can control via our phone. So let me cut the camera here and go test this out a little bit here, and I will come back and do a demo with you guys. Okay, so I'm back, having had a chance to demo this beautiful little CD player. I'm really happy with this thing here. I think it's elegant looking, number one, and of course I just really like that design and style working with the Bluetooth speaker that's there. So for me, hand in hand, I like that. This thing, in order to charge it, it does have a USB-C that just plugs in right below the indicator light, and then a standard USB, which I plugged into the computer to charge that way. You can buy an adapter for this if you want to charge it through a regular wall outlet. That's okay too. I found it just as easy to just do it through the computer that's there. It does have a headphone jack as well, which I thought was pretty cool, because that means I can take this thing on the go, and I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking it was only Bluetooth in the sense that I was connecting it to a speaker like that to play. But you know, if I want to charge it up and take it out, that's also very cool. And there are volume control buttons for headphone use. These do not work in terms of turning up and down the Bluetooth speaker, at least not this one. Maybe it works on others, but I found it did not work here. I have to use the knob on top of the TreSound 1 in order to adjust the volume. In terms of operation, if you look at where the indicator light is, and I haven't turned it on yet, and I will in just a moment, that's the pivot point for this top. And if you just apply a little bit of pressure, this will slide out of the way. It's manual, and it completely goes up and around like that. And then you've got this little area to release it from. And like all the old CD players from back in the day, there's the little tabs or buttons that hold that thing in place, so it won't fall out. You don't have to worry about that. And then this slides in a multitude of directions, either way, all the way around, and secures via magnetic latch. So that's pretty cool, that's there. And you've got the rest of your buttons right next to, starts with the volume control and goes into the back button, play button, forward button. And then you've got your on off is this little thing here. And if we just switch this forward, you can see then that the indicator light comes on, and that the display is starting to read, and it should begin playing something here pretty quickly here. Wait and see. There we go. Got some Steve Perry on there. Oh, Sherry coming out. Always think that's a good way to test you know, how something sounds. He has a lovely voice, of course, former Journey vocalist, if you know who Steve Perry is. One of the things that I found really interesting in here, I have it on pause, is that you can actually open the top of this thing and it is still spinning. It does not stop it. So don't know if it's meant to do that or not, but I was just testing it to see that sort of thing out of here. Also, there is one further click on this on-off button, and if you do that, none of the outside buttons work. But in doing that, this thing I found, it doesn't skip, it doesn't jump, anything like that. Let's put the sound back on this. Hang on one second, I have to find the right button. And I put this on, and it's now on a hold, and you can see I'm shaking this thing and nothing is happening with it there. So pretty cool with that. And I'll pause it again here just a second so we can keep talking about this thing. The CD player itself also does not only the standard CDs, but it does CDRs, so the ones that are recordable, then the RWs, which are the rewritable ones, CDDAs, and also HD CD. So it covers a range of them. I haven't fully tested all of them, but that's what they're saying this is on here. And we'll go ahead and kick this thing forward a track, and just, you know, it's just really nice and clean. Of course, we're listening to it through that speaker, but it jumps ahead very quickly on this, so that's always very nice. And of course, just beautiful hearing this music that comes from Steve Perry. But all in all, I have to say I'm very happy with this. When it's white, it means that it's okay to play, but when it's green, it's fully charged, and when it's red, it needs to be charged or is currently charging. So a few other key things like this on it, but all in all, I have to say, very clean, very elegant, just beautiful in terms of its simplicity. You can see it, it's just so minimal sitting right here next to it. Almost needs to be up on a little display or something like that in order to really give it, you know, its full due, because of just how beautiful it is. But there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, the review of the Trettitre Bluetooth CD Player T-CP8, retailing for $79.99. Yeah, I'm going to leave a link to their website and a bunch of other information. I'll even leave a link to the Bluetooth speaker review, and you can check that out as well. And hopefully between all these things, definitely head over to the company's website. Check them out, see if they're up for you, if it's something that works for you, and so forth. I'm happy with the product, and I certainly can recommend it. I think it does a really nice job of what we want, which is good, solid equipment with good sound. All right, everyone, take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.